In Pokémon Legends Z-A, the city of Lumiose will be completely changed, and not only that, it will have a very different day and night cycle from what we're used to. While in Pokémon Legends Arceus at night was when you found your ghost-type Pokémon, which can honestly also happen here most likely, in Pokémon Legends Z-A at night is when trainers go out for an absolute war. But Lumiose City might not just be the only thing having a double life, and we, the main characters, might just be about to have exactly the same. So hey, I'm not so ace trainer, and what about being a double agent? Let's get into it. According to the official website, we'll be arriving in Lumiose City just to sightsee, but it is clear that more than that is gonna be happening. I mean, sure, we'll stay at Hotel Z, maybe it is the cheapest hotel as it is the most rundown one, but then we're gonna be doing some crazy stuff in the city, or at least during the city nights, because we're also gonna be taking part in the Z-A Royale like many others in this place. Our goal is likely reaching rank A in order to get a wish fulfilled, but what if that isn't all there is to it? What if there's something going on that needs us to divide our attention between two different sides? If we look at this game through a more obvious scope, then it's fair to assume that Quazartic are likely going to be the bad guys, unlike you that are going to be the good guys by liking, subscribing, and maybe even joining the channel. But this is what Game Freak wants you to think right now. It's clear from the trailers that that would be the reasonable conclusion to reach. They are redeveloping the city, Zygarde is against unbalanced ecosystems, 1+1 and they're the evil ones. But again, this is too obvious. It's clear that they are trying to fool us. They want us to think exactly that, but maybe it isn't obvious for everyone. But before I continue, tell me what's your favorite part of Z-A so far? Let me know down below. So, strange things will be happening in Lumiose City. That part we already know. Those strange things will likely be what got Zygarde's attention in the first place. I bet there's Pokemon mega evolving in the wild as they're not supposed to, and I think that's exactly what we're witnessing in this scene. I also thought that it could be somehow some kind of reference to the anime with Rakurium, the thing that makes Pokemon go ham, but that's very likely not happening since the games and anime are basically just tied by the Pokemon branding. But if something bad is happening in Lumiose City, then the person that was charged with keeping the peace in the city is very likely trying to investigate it. And if you remember, that person is Emma, as she was basically entrusted with all of that and the whole building at the end of Pokémon X and Y and Luca's chapter. She has the expansion suit, now without any remote controls, meaning that she can try and get to the bottom of any issue that she finds. It's also possible that she is working with the masked heroes Dexio and Sinna because, well, they're heroes as well, masked just like Essentia, and they also are tied to Zygarde through Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon because after all, they were the ones that gave us the Zygarde Cube found by Sycamore. And I keep mentioning Zygarde not only because it is the main Pokemon of the game, but also because that's a strange sighting in Lumiose City, and Emma does have a whole bunch of pictures on the board in her office. So I'm guessing they are sightings of something. The wild mega Pokemon or enraged Pokemon, because it can be something like Alpha Pokemon or even the Frenzied Nobles, but also pictures of Zygarde's 10% form patrolling the streets. I think this will be the first part of us starting to work with her. Zygarde has taken an interest in us, and so that's the perfect way to strike a conversation. Essentia could be watching in the shadows, and so she would know that. Then we start discussing whatever's going on in Lumiose City, the enraged Pokemon or the frenzied Pokemon or the wild mega evolving ones, and so comes the first suspect, and that is Quazartico. It just makes sense, like I said, and what's the best way to get to Quazartico? Well, maybe it's a tournament that it feels like they are organizing, the Z-A Royale. Again, I'm using their authority over the city and its more technological side, as well as the Rotom phone app background, which is similar to the one they have on their walls, as evidence. So we get to the tournament, we are very strong, maybe we even battle or help some Quazartico members along the way, and we are invited to their headquarters. There, after a conversation, they ask for our help as well. They believe something is happening and that someone might be doing something to mess up their plans of redeveloping the city into a better place. They don't know who they are, they just really believe they exist. They could be anyone, someone from outside the company or even someone from the inside. A person that's working there with the sole purpose of using their research for a different ending, or even simply sabotage their work in Lumiose City. I believe this is the part that will have something to do with the original Team Flare. I have referenced this in a lot of videos, but I feel like the main group of scientists, except Zerozik, who kinda regretted his actions at the end of the Looker chapter, so Mabel, Aliana, Celosia and Bryony, are possibly working within the city to bring Team Flare and Lysander back from obscurity. They are the ones I'm betting as the moles within Colossian society. And at that moment, we would both be trying to prove that Quazartic are the ones behind whatever's going on in Lumiose City, but also, because we kinda need their trust, we would be trying to help them get their plans, which we are not sure are good or bad, to where they want their plans to be, or kinda just trying to find out whoever is trying to stop them. The awesome part, the twist, would be that they are actually the good ones. They are trying to help the city make it a better place for people and Pokemon. But someone is using them as scapegoats for what they're doing, for the bad things happening. I think us being asked to stay behind and help with the investigation would be a good way to justify why we end up staying in Lumiose City for a battle tournament when we simply got there to sightsee. Odd Cypher, a member of my community, suggested in my Discord, which you can join, link in the pinned comment, that AZ might be the one behind introducing us to Emma, as he would be the one giving us strange happenings related quests, as he could be trying to make up for what he did way back in the day. We do see 10% Zygarde on top of Hotel Z, and we are gonna be staying there, so if Emma is also looking into what Zygarde is doing there, there's a chance it all goes back to the 3,000-year-old former warlord and current hotel owner. What I believe will happen is that we'll have some kind of encounter with one of these enraged, frenzied or wild Mega Evolutions, and it will try to attack a weaker Pokemon, maybe a Zygarde core. And when we try to protect it, even though we are definitely weaker than that Pokemon at that Mega Evolution, Zygarde's 10% form will jump in and save the day because it is patrolling the streets of Lumiose City trying to probably prevent strange things and dangerous things from happening. And because even though we are weaker, we still try to protect the Zygarde core from the great danger of a wild Mega Evolution, Zygarde will then take a liking to us, he will become interested in us. And then that will lead us into the former Looker's Bureau, and then into Quazartico, and then into a whole big mess that likely will connect to Team Flare, and then to the happenings of Pokemon X and Y. It will lead us into being a double agent living a double life. I have a whole bunch more of crazy theories that you can check out in the link in the pinned comment, so for now, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. But before I go, I want to thank my YouTube members Dash Plays and Yatsy, and Twitch subscriber Anubis here for going that extra mile. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much.